Hopefully everybody is doing well. I forgot to share this out to Tuber Chat. But, oh well. On the 18th, I've decided that we're going to do that craft. I should have everything in here that I need to do it with by the 18th, by the 17th. So I will go get everything and bring it in, and we're going to do the craft. So for my birthday, this craft that's just driving me like, that's why we're sitting here doing this, right? We're gonna do that craft, and I gotta get my fan charged too, because it's getting a little warm. I could have got my cord someplace because it's just it's warm, but oh well. It's in the cart. I forgot to charge it. I have to charge it. May have to. I may have to go charge it in a minute. I just may have to do that because it gets hot in the silicone, especially I'm gonna be working with an iron. So we can hope to goodness gracious that the thing doesn't do what it did yesterday and just stop. Um, I'm going to get off of here in a little bit too and get out the I think get out the recaps. So I'm gonna do that. Let me see if I can grab it. I've got cord stuff for it. It's got to plug it in because I have to recharge it. Because I had it out there last time. And it's just enough in here where it's just a little bit on the warm side. I can find the cord for it. Get me saying I got the. I had a long. I'm gonna find a cord for it. I have to do a review on that fan. Got this part. I just gotta find the other part. Talk among yourselves where I find wire. It should be in here, but it's not. I had this. I don't know. No, I kept one of the wires. I gave one to Christina. I gave Pete to Christina actually. I kept one of the wires and I can't find it. Trying to see if I can find it. I have to look for the know it was in here. All right, give me another minute. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for a second. All right, find the wire. Because it's over here. That's what I can't find it. I found it, y'all. Listen, if my brain wasn't attached right now, I think I'd lose it. Honestly. But it's just hot enough over in this little corner that I am just not having it today. Mom wants the winter back, or the she wants to keep the summer. This girl wants the winter. Too hot. especially at night. I think what I'm going to start to do is keep this little fan by my side of the bed. When I wake up in the night and I get too warm, I can just have this, turn this fan on, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully this is the right cord. Because if not, I'll have to go back over there. But I'm hot enough that, is this the one cord? No, maybe this isn't the right cord. Wait, hold it. And that's not the right. That's okay. I'm lost. I thought this was the right one, but nope, this isn't the right cord. Got the fan. We're working on the situation. We're getting it to iron us with the right cord.
What are you looking for? Short speakerphone?
No, for my thing. It's on one. Is this it?
No. You need a USB-C.
Well, I don't know what I did with USB-C. It's not in the words.
The gray one's USB-C.
It's not good.
That gray one, not white and gray, gray.
Oh.
I'm pointing right there. Make that black one see.
All right, we found one. Now I gotta figure out how to look at it. I found one. I found one. Until we found the one that we actually got that's in the closet. I found one. Because y'all, it's just too hot. I know for mother, it's perfect. It's for me, it's not. And I need the Floby too. I mean, I like my tea, don't get me wrong, but we got to defend. I just haven't charged it for a while, so it's that dead as a door now. Hallelujah. Sorry, I am just roasting enough that this little corner, and she has to admit this little corner does get warm. So, but I think I'm going to start bringing this to my bed. Breeze. There's no breeze. I don't know why when they did this apartment. I really don't know why. They didn't take this, and they've got a fan in the living room, but it's just not enough. And right above here, they could have put a fan. Gotten rid of a light or moved a light over a little bit and put a fan smack dead right there. Because when the oven gets on, whew, hi Alfonso, it gets a little roasty toasty in this place. So at least I got my fan going. Can get cooled off. Do we have water in this thing today? No, we had to add water. That's why I brought water to me. So, but anyway, to get back to what I was saying, we are going to. I got water to drink and water to put in iron. Because if you use tap water, it can sometimes make it for really it'll clog up everything in the iron. So it's better to use filtered water if you can for your iron. But anyway, like I said, the steam get a facial while I'm here. We're going to absolutely 100% on the 18th get we're gonna get we're gonna have our birthday party celebration. We're gonna do the new craft. Everything should be here the 18th or the 17th. So I'll go get it and we'll sit down and I'll do this craft. So I'm really excited, but I am going to get off here in a little bit and do the I guess I can't think. Do the recaps. I am just really Monday was exhausting. It really was. There was a lot of stuff and just kind of dealing with worrying a little bit about mama right now until we get she sees the doctor, all those things. And it's just weighing on my heart. And so I'm really tired. I'm a little distracted. I've got to get ready for the show on the 3rd. So I've got to get more soap caddies done. So just my head is reeling. I've decided to just say, you know what, we're not even going to touch uh I'm not going to touch the advent for a while, and what I'm going to do is just get it ready, and we're going to finish it. It's going to be a 2-year series before I finish it. Unless I should do it in the next little bit here. So, scissors. There's this one. We're going to start ironing our blessing fabric. This is what I'm going to call it. Um, Lady within our community, sweet lady, just reached out to me and said, I have scraps. Stop by and get a whole bag load. So, anybody that does quilt that says, you know what, I have some scraps I'm not going to use and wants to send them, I will gladly send them. Please do not feel as if you need to sit there ironing them and doing what I'm doing. I do not uh, expect you in the least to do any of that. If we do receive any, we will wash them only because we all just have allergies, and I prefer not to have an allergic reaction to that. So I will wash them for that. But there's little scissors. And but other than that, this is just a white. Oh, this is that more of that white swirl. This would be great for like clouds. Y'all understand it once you see what I'm doing. So anyway, um, but I'm not asking anybody that says, "Oh, I've got some permits, but I just don't want to take the time to do that." Don't send it to me. We'll throw it in our washer, and we will do this because to me, this is a blessing. This is kind of like when Christina had her service dog, and we got a whole lot of coins delivered to our door. Um, and was coins delivered to our door, and Josh said to me, "Oh well, we he just said to me, he goes, well, we can just take that to the coin thing." And I said, no, we're not. We will count each and every one because somebody was generous enough to do it. So we counted and rolled each and every one of those. So I thought, well, I got my birthday. I've got something kind of special I'm doing on the 19th, so I probably won't be around much on the 19th. But um got to order a thing, but it's making for a whipped thing of it. I am so excited, guys, about this. And the person that gave us these and the person that fulfilled that wish list, let me tell you, you do not know how much I needed that. You know, I said to my daughter today, here's more of this fabric, cloud fabric. Um, I said to her, I said, it took me a long time, and I'm probably going to do a live about it at some point. It took me a long time in my life and it was after I had my daughter, to it's not that I had compassion for my dad, it's not that, but that I could understand or begin to understand why he was the way he was. Now, with that being said, I loved my dad. I miss him. I loved my dad watching him be a grandfather. He was a provider, he did all of those things, but he was very abusive, especially verbally to me. And it was very hard. I and what was hard was when my mother was around, he was a different individual. So it was hard for my mother to believe, kind of when you're kids and you got siblings and they argue and whatever, and you kind of go, okay, well, I believe half of what you said and half of what that person says, and we'll come in the middle kind of thing. And um, but it was hard to believe that he was being the way he was when she wasn't there. And so I went through a lot. I am so thankful that he could be the kind of grandpa that I wish he could have been a dad and not had been so much difficulty, that he could come home and sit and enjoy me, play with me. And I'm sure he did when I was younger, but when I was older, all the lemons. We're gonna find something with lemons to it. It was harder. So, you know, I just said, it took me a while to get to the point where I had compassion for my dad. I realized this was a little boy that was raised with a mother with a mental illness. He had his father just kind of, hi, Dora, welcome on in, kind of taken away. And I could have some compassion and understanding for why he was the way he was. And I think if I had any advice for anybody, any kids of adult that are adults that have parents, give them grace. Let them know how they are. So my birthday is in a couple weeks. And next week, I'm going to be a grandmother very soon. I told you all whenever it did happen. Hi, Dan. I'm not going to tell you right away. And that's just because I want to respect the privacy of my daughter and my son in law. So I'm doing that whenever it does happen, but it'll be a little bit before you all will know. Um, but we are doing fabric. We have a ton of fabric. I started yesterday because someone in our neighborhood actually, I reached out and said, does anybody have any scrap fabric? And I'm not a quilter. I love people that quilt, but I'm not it. Not this girl. I'm somebody that doesn't really like sewing. And someone in our neighborhood blessed me tremendously with all this fabric. Came home and washed it only because I do have some allergies and I didn't want to have anything me reacting to anything, especially right now. And so I we're just sitting here because I don't know if y'all can see. Can you see all this fabric right here? This is just a little there's a lot. But it's kind of like our lives. Our lives are messy. They're not always easy to get through. And they don't look like this nice pile of fabric all nicely ironed out, right? And all ready. You know, guys, when people see you all together, they don't know the work it took to get there. You could have had a huge mess, but to get where you are, for all of it to look nice and clean and all ironed and everything, you took a lot to get there. And so I thought, you know what? We're going to do this together as a community. We're going to unpack this blessing because sometimes in hard times, in messy times, blessings come out that you didn't expect. And so we're we're doing exactly that. However, on the 18th, finally, I will show you what I am so excited about with this project. It is a Japanese art form. I probably, when I tell you what it is, I'm gonna butcher the name of it. It requires insulation board, 1-inch insulation board, no sewing required. And you can make beautiful pictures, and I'm so excited. And my daughter, who's not a crafty person, is like, I want to learn. Do you know how excited I am that she actually wants to learn? I tried to do crochet, or she was not a crocheter. Um, she doesn't enjoy it. And that's fine. I'm not giving up crochet, just so anybody knows. But um I tried to do cross stitch and she did okay with that for a while, but I think she could do this and I think she could actually do very well. And I think she could probably even get to the point of maybe selling some of her artwork. We can maybe eventually with this do some kits and so forth. I don't know. There's just something about this art form I found that I just am really excited about. I want to show you and I see endless possibilities with it in so many ways. So look at this. Pretty? We're gonna have to find something with some lemons in it, some kind of picture with lemons I can do. So I've got several with lemons. So once I get this all done, then what I'll do is I'll go through and try to get all the same fabric together. Um, we are also going to do, and I got it yesterday. Did I put it there? No, I put it someplace. Oh, I put it over there. Hi Lucy. I did get some American flag um fabric too, some things that had kind of an American flag. So we are going to do an American flag one for 4th of July. Excited about that one. So we're going to do a lighthouse And I've got some fabric coming and some of the supplies from a sweet, sweet follower. They're just, if they're listening, they really don't know. I'm gonna just say to them, please send me your email because I'd like to be able to do something for them. I was in a really dark place the day that it all happened, and I needed somebody to kind of lift me out and show me that there was that I need that. Yeah, it was hard, but I could be blessed, and they did that, and so I needed that tremendously, um, and right now it's I haven't posted watch hours because we're back to 11:32 or 21:32. We were at 21:54, and I'm like, so anyone that can help with those, please do. That was pretty. Please, but I really am excited beyond measure about this. And the one thing that I saw today with it, think that if we ever got to the point where we did like kits of this, I don't think my husband could cut out the pictures because I don't think he could take the noise. We did order um uh electric knife, cutting thing. I'm not going to say the word because I don't want YouTube to do whatever it wants to do. Thing. It's not required, but just to make it a little bit easier to make cuts with everything and make everything kind of cut easier. Oh, I juiced the watermelon. I have to show you. I got 16 cups of watermelon. I'm still freezing watermelon cubes. And then I used those popsicle stick things I got molds, and I sat down before I came on here and I had a watermelon popsicle. Oh, it was so good, so refreshing. Mm, delicious. Purple. So pretty. So pretty. I love the purple, but I will sit and literally organize this by thing. So they're all together and everything. So if I'm trying to find it, but I do plan on making her something, and she said I didn't have to, but I'm going to and bring it to her out of the fabric. There's some more scissors. So, oh, did hold on. Well, I guess I should. I've been just taking a little bit of. Think I said I needed a lint roller. Ask Mama, and she gave me one. I would recommend you wouldn't necessarily have to do this if you're um getting the fabric done, but if you've washed it, you need a lint roller for sure. So, like I said, if anybody has scrap fabric and they want to send it, please don't feel they need to wash it beforehand. Send it to us and we'll wash it and we'll use what we can. I just have to take the extra precaution because I am highly allergic to cats. So is my mom. So is Josh. I mean, he's where he could wind up in the hospital kind of thing. So because of all of that, I take some extra precautions because I'm very allergic to dust and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only reason why I washed the fabric. Um, but I don't think if you get it brand new, you don't have to do this step, nor do you have to take the time to do that. And you guys could put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel.
Mm.
So we got this one. I don't know where I'd use this, but I'd find a place for it. I'm finding a place for it. I don't know. So I thought, well, there's nothing much I can do till I get everything. So I will go and get everything on Wednesday or on, no, excuse me, on the 17th. My birthday is on the 18th. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this project. I had a watermelon popsicle. It's just delicious. I'm telling you, I'm finding out if I miss my juice, I miss it for the day. It's really pretty. It's got more than one of those. It's got a little sparkle in it. See. Don't know. Well, let's see. See what I can do. Oh, I got the scissors here. These are like little remnants that, you know, would make it, they'd have made it into the round file, but they're not. Because you know what? Here's another thing. These little tiny pieces of fabric that would probably have made it into eventually into the trash. Sometimes we feel like we're not worth anything. We're just little tiny. The world has kind of treated us whatever. We're not worth anything, right? We're not worth to be shown in glory, you know, and anything, right? And so we're just thought, you know, we're better off just to be tossed aside. And so this little piece of fabric, I don't know if I'll ever use it, right? If I can, I'm going to find a way to use it. It's worth something. You know, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in the littlest things in our lives. Like you think, oh, well, there's not much to learn out of just her sorting through scraps of fabric. Yeah, there is. There's stuff to be learned, there's lessons to be learned. It's worth sorting through, right? Leaves. Leaves. I'm gonna try to see if I can steam it out a little bit. But I am gonna go do the, it's what day? Thursday? Yeah. I don't know what day it is, guys. I'm tired. This isn't even tinier, but we're gonna find a space for it, right? With all of you that come in here that think maybe I'm not worth it. You are. That's why I show up. That's why I sit here and say, you guys are worth it all. This is what a community does. This is what we do when we're struggling. You guys are worth it. And I've thought about things that I want to say to, as a grandma, you know, to somebody to let them know, hey, you're worth it. You're worth that. You know, my daughter has said, there's a saying, like I said, you know, to my mom, if I had to stand in line to choose a grandmother, I'd choose you over and over again. And if I had to stand in line and choose this community, I'd choose it over and over again. And it's still growing and it's going to continue to grow. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't even know this. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is. I'm okay. I just said a lot going on. And I'm not worried about some of these that are a little bit creased. I think once they lay out, they're going to be fine. And I think they're going to be fine once they're laid out a little bit. Boy, am I going to have to find some projects with some lemons to them. More lemons. Make lemons out of lemonade, right? So I had that. That was my juice today. But I find out if I don't have my juice, boy, do I miss it. I miss my juice when I don't have it. I'm going to be getting him on the juice regimen here. He's now off the antibiotics. Slow and steady for him. Absolutely, but I'm gonna be getting them on it because I'm noticing the difference when I'm not having my juice. Today, I just decided to just do watermelon, which watermelon and watermelon rind, which I did the rind and the watermelon, are very good for you. It's a very, very good. It's very hydrating. I didn't know if you could have the watermelon rind, but they said there's a lot of vitamins in the watermelon rind. So, um, but I'm still doing ice cubes for a watermelon. And the crazy thing about it is when I was pregnant with Christina, I craved watermelon and root beer. Don't ask me why, but that was, and with her, and I'm so thankful so far throughout her thing. She has not had what I had. Oh, I was so nauseous with that child. Oh, very, very nauseous. And so that's all I could stomach. Oh, but it was absolutely delicious. I put it in the popsicle molds. And I thought, I'm going to have a watermelon popsicle. And that's what I did have before I came on. It's delicious. Oh, I'm really enjoying the kale, and I didn't think I would enjoy kale as much as I did. Now, one thing that I've learned in my little bit of since I've been learning everything is when you have things like my neck is stiff, guys. When you have things like kale and spinach, what I have been doing is putting like an apple in it, or like today I did what did I juice? I took spinach because I found it for $2 and some odd change in Walmart. The fan just fell on the floor. It's cooling off my legs. I'm gonna go pick it up. Oh, it's still running. That's not. Okay, now that we're kind of cooled off a little bit, can turn it down just a little. Um, is things like kale and spinach. You need to put something in it just to make the juicer run better. So when I was doing the kale today, I put kale and apple in it. I put two apples in it. And then when I have the kale, I've got a little bit of sweetness with it. When I did the spinach, I did spinach, cucumber, and I added an orange. I got those little cutie oranges and I added some of that. So the only thing that I won't ever be doing again is doing beets with carrots, from what I can understand. One person said don't do it, and somebody else said, "Oh, it's fine to do." So I don't know, but I won't be mixing those together. What I really want to do is apple, green apple, cucumber, and celery. Make your green juice. But I'm getting more and more into juicing. I've got blueberries to juice, black. Blueberries to juice. I've got those to juice. I've got a cantaloupe to juice, and I will be putting more of that on as far as a reel, just so you guys can have an idea. If you, um, hi, lady of I talk, welcome on in. We are doing fabric, and people are probably wondering, she's lost her marbles ironing fabric. I can't eat only with ranch. Well, I'm telling you, I am so surprised getting a facial. I'm giving you all a facial. I am so surprised because I didn't think I was going to be somebody that was going to like juicing as much as I like it, or that I was going to like kale. I love it in the juice. Now I have to put it with other things, of course, but I feel better. I'm sleeping better when I have juice sometime during the day. I haven't noticed a tremendous difference in my pain, but I am sleeping better. I'm not waking up as much. So I am noticing a little bit of difference with it. So I'm going to start doing it. And I want the only reason I'm doing it is to show you guys if you get this much, you're roughly going to get this much juice. One thing that we are doing is ice cubing all of our juice. So when we juice it, like I just got done doing the kale and apple, and then the spinach, orange, and cucumber, I'm going to be putting in ice cube. Because like the watermelon is 16 cups of watermelon. Josh can't have watermelon. My mom can have it. I'm not going to be able to consume that much, nor do I want to consume that much of the watermelon juice. But I want to be able to put it in juice and kind of make my own cocktail as I feel I need to. So like we found the spinach for $2.05 yesterday. I grabbed it. So found the watermelon at Sam's Club for $5. It was $5.99, something like that. So anyway, but there is, for those that are coming in, we have this whole, I don't know if y'all can see it, this whole set of fabric that was gifted to me that I asked if anybody in our local neighborhood had any fabric, and they did. We're going to be doing a project I'm excited to show you all. It is a Japanese art form. It is no sewing required, but I figure out, I know this is not anything but me just sitting here talking and you guys being able to put hashtag bless in the chat and connect with each other. And if anybody can help us with our watch hours and spread us out, I would really appreciate it. But my point of doing this thing was to show you, you know what? This is what we want the world to see. All neat and tidy, right? Us, all neat and tidy. We don't want them to see this. We don't want them to see the mess. And sometimes you have to get through the mess in order to be blessed. And sometimes in the mess, you can be blessed. And if you don't look for it, you're going to miss it. Right. So we're going to show how all of this fabric, right, is beautiful. And none of it, even this little piece of black fabric, right, it's going to be used for something. And it's going to turn out to be used for something beautiful because somebody was nice enough to bless me tremendously with it. This one's a little wet. Still, let me see if I can dry it a little bit. It's not so soaking wet. So that's the point of me just coming on here and ironing, showing you all, hey, look for the blessings. And yesterday, one of my friends here and one of my moderators, her husband, was in the hospital and came home yesterday. And she's local, so we were able to bring her a meal yesterday. And I said, you know what? I was blessed. I want to bless someone else. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to go through this whole pile. And if anybody does have any scrap fabric, there's this one. They do want to send us some. Please don't feel that you have to sit there ironing everything and make it all pretty and nice. Send it to us a mess, and we will go ahead and wash it, and we will sort it out. The only reason I would wash it again is because if you have cats or anything like that, or if it's been in a dusty place, I'm highly allergic to cats, and so is Mr. Josh and my mom. So because of those reasons, we would just wash it. But if it's anything from Amazon that anything that's prepackaged, I wouldn't wash. So if you're thinking, "Ugh, I don't want to do this project because I hate ironing." But if you're thinking, I'm not someone that has fabric, reach out to people in your local community. There are people that are crafters, that are quilters, that have fabric like this that otherwise would make it in the round file. They're just not gonna, it's, they're looking for people to take it off their hands because they're gonna throw it out. But you can make something beautiful with it. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna do it on my birthday. And I don't think the channel is going to get remonetized by then. And here's was another little discouraging thing. It almost kept me. I just almost crawled underneath the sheets today, honestly. And I said, nope, you're not allowed. Is someone else, Squirrel's Nest, which I'm watching some of his content, is also he's trying to get remonetized. And unfortunately, he said, I thought, okay, when we get to the 3,000, we can get partial. No, because we were monetized before, we have to wait till we get to the 4,000. We can't get to the partial monetization. And I'm telling you, that was a hit in the gut today. Because I'm like, okay, I can't look at the 3,000. I have to look at the 4,000 goal, which I think is just ridiculous. But anyway, that was a little, well, this is a lot. This is a piece of ribbon. So I'm not going to do that because it's a piece of ribbon and it's not that. So anyway, there's a little bit of that cloud fabric. That was a little bit of a gut gut punch today that I didn't need. But we're gonna get there. I'm not giving up. I don't give up very easily. You know that. Y'all haven't figured that out yet. I don't give up very easily. I'm a fighter, and I fight, and I keep going on, and so forth. And I don't give up. Sometimes I certainly feel like it, don't we all? And I thought my mom was like, Mary, I could never do that. Go on. You've never done this project before, but you're gonna. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. And I'm real excited. Actually, people in there's a lady in our church who's like, I would love to learn it. And she said, maybe our people in our church would love to sit with us and you can show them how to do it. I'm like, never know. I'm going to need to find a lint roller that I don't have to get refills for because it's necessary. It's going to be a necessary thing, especially if not necessarily if I've got new fabric, but if I've got other fabric. My mom has a super duper one, like a big one. So. This one is a Scotch Brite, and it's just the paper rolls off. Just you get. I'm sure I'm going through more paper than she has, but you just roll off the paper, which is nice. But and I'm gonna put in my link tree in here too, or our link tree, I should say. Um, and if you all can go make sure that you're following us too, if you have Instagram or TikTok, please go ahead and do that as well. I've put in Foodie's channel, which is another great Connect and Grow channel. There's another really pretty one. But if you can make sure that you're following us over there on the Ticker Talker, I don't know if I'll ever go live there, but just another platform. That's another exposure. So I've got several projects lined up for this art form. I think I was just going through the stuff. Here's some more of the hearts and arrows. Should ask her game meals what she's used. I just wonder of all the projects she's used all this stuff for. I have a funny feeling that as she grows her stash again, she'll she'll give me more. But y'all don't miss the blessings. And sometimes we have to go through the pain in order to get to the blessings. It's not an easy road. And you know, I think we've gotten to a culture today, and I'm not saying my daughter, but I think we've gotten to a culture today where it's somewhat easier to just kind of push back everybody. Everybody is just, well, just pushing back. instead of dealing with it. We've had family that's done that. And I don't think at any point that makes it easy. I think it sounds easy, just I don't need to talk to them anymore because that could be a pretty late look. But I think we have to work through, especially if you're family, right? And I'm not talking about people in our families that are abusive. I'm not trying to there are people that have had to, for one reason or another, walk away from their family because they were abusive. And they just needed to. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just realizing, just like all this fabric, it's messy. But family is so precious. And you don't and if you have family that, for one reason or another, I have family, I have blood family, I have my husband's family, I have adopted family now through you all and through other people that I found. A wonderful thing. And I just think in our world today, we've gotten to a point where we're willing to just, some of us just like, well, it's they're just kind of tossed aside. And I think it's just so sad because, you know, we just, we've forgotten how precious family can be. You really can. And here's another one. If you're someone that is building a channel, don't forget about our Chip. Amazing guy. And I am going to do one of these ones I'm going to do. I'm going to do for the lady that gave us all this wonderful fabric and blessed us. But I'm going to do one that I'm going to do out of just this fabric. And I'll tell you why. I want to show you all, you know what? There's beauty and stuff that would otherwise have been most likely just put in a corner, maybe used, maybe not, thrown away, right? And a lot of people sometimes feel like they're just not worth anything. They're beautiful. One of the things that I am going to be so things as a grandmother that I am planning to input into Precious One is that into that Precious One. They're one of a kind. You are one of a kind. Nobody else is like you. You're one of a kind. Over and over again, they're going to know how special they are. And I just don't think we do that enough with our kids. I really don't. I don't think we sit there with our kids enough and say, you know how special you are. One of the things that somebody was saying the other day was he sat there and he said, especially you fathers of boys and girls, I think too as well. We need to be going up and not just saying, I love you, right? I love you. They need to hear that over and over again. My husband and I, even when we're in the house and I'm maybe in a difficult pain and I have to use my phone to ask him a question, because inevitably, for some reason, even this dog should know my voice. And we're talking about Mocha. I can start talking and she'll start barking. But, child, you should know my voice by now, right? But even then, we'll say, I love you. We say, I love you when we go to sleep. We say, I love you when he's leaving the house or I'm leaving the house. Or my daughter and I hang up the phone, I love you. It is just inherent that we say, I love you before we hang up. It just happens. And I thought that was so amazing to be able to sit there and say, I love being your dad. I love being your mom. And I'm planning to say to this little one, I love being your yaya, which is grandmother. I want them to know how much I love being their grandmother. And I don't think we do that enough. I want my nieces and nephews, so I love being your aunt, right? I love being your friend. I love being your sister, whatever it is. I thought that spreads a lot more because sometimes, you know, us people are not always with some white fabric. I should take one. Sometimes us people are not always the most joyous people to be around, right? But we need to still sit there and say, you know what? I love being your aunt. I love being your sister. I love being that. I just love that. I thought that's even more special than just saying I love you. And I thought, I'm gonna start saying that, you know? I'm gonna say that to my nieces and nephews. I'm gonna say it to, as I'm a grandmother. I love being yeah, yeah. And I thought that's just such a more cloud material. I can just see this as clouds. Y'all understand it in about a week. I'm leaving you in suspense. Well, your facial. We're going to do it on my birthday. All the supplies should be here by the 18th, and we're gonna sit and you all are gonna do this project and we're gonna celebrate my birthday. I don't think I'll be monetized by then. We're back to monetization for mama. It is what it is. Um, I'm not saying anybody has to, but if anybody does, the only way right now that you can support mama, first of all, be praying. That I'm gonna ask, especially with what's going on with her mouth. But is doing the eye coffee thing. So um till we get it up because I think it's gonna be a while. Kind of, you know, getting that news today that most likely I when we get to the 3,000 that's not going to matter because it has to be actually oh boy did I spell coffee wrong. Ooh, I need some more coffee. um I lost I spelled coffee. No, it's not my day today, guys. That I have to wait till I get to the 4,000 back. And another thing too, I don't know if we're gonna be able to go. Ouch, this thing is leaking, and that really hurt. I don't know if we're gonna be able to go down to the pond for a little bit because this. I shouldn't. I'm gonna be quiet. Alright, I know that was my phone. Um, unfortunately, the darn. I love the geese, but they are making a mess down pond. There is after another down there, so I have to find something with these. So it's nice. So then I'll organize these by so they're organized and oh, that want to be interesting. I'm not a yellow person, but I'll take it. I'm not. My mother got me with yellow, unfortunately. So, um, maybe still working on fabric tomorrow because I'm gonna get this done. Um, I really don't have. I've got to work on sip caddies a lot. So I gave some away, and I've got to have some ready to go for this show. So I'm trying to work on that. I'm not, if this, there's some of them that I may have to re-iron again. But I'm thinking if I just leave them out, some of them may need to be like, I may need a spray bottle with some of them because the pile is growing. Doesn't look so messy, does it? I can see sunsets happening with this one. There's a crumble cookie. I should be able to go get a crumble cookie. I have to find out different places I can go get free stuff for my birthday. Because we're going to kind of really celebrate my birthday on the 19th. So I know I have to look and see what places I can go get free stuff. We're gonna have a cake on my birthday, but I'll celebrate with you guys on my birthday. But then on the 19th, we're gonna get a cake and it's just so pretty. It's absolutely like a sunset. More of this nice purple. It's pretty fabric, you know. Pretty, pretty fabric. Get the mess cleared up. Like our lives slowly reducing itself. But I'm definitely gonna make one of them that's gonna be totally made out of this fabric. It's we're a bunch of messes, but we can be beautiful. And sometimes it takes other people and it takes being gentle, you know. I think sometimes we take just the time to we forget, you know, people's traumas and people's lives and we think, you know. Well, at least she had a birthday cake. I don't know what I would do with this one. But it would be something. I know if I have a chance to find one of it with a train, I know who I can do a train. Got this towel on my leg because it's the iron's dripping. And my parents were having their 30th wedding anniversary. I had their cake replicated at Publix over there. We used to live in Florida. So my dad never got any of his wedding cake, so I made sure he finally got some of his wedding cake. My mother, with that whole thing, she was like, she was not happy with me because she didn't like surprises, right? And then when we were all done, she was like, "You can plan another one in another 20 years." I'm like, "Hi, Effies." I was like, "No, you were a pain in the neck the first time." And my mom was like, "People usually wait till their 50th wedding anniversary." They made it till they're 49 before my dad left this world. So I'm really glad I didn't wait. They're pretty. I could see this like it I could see it as like an apple tree. There was an apple tree that would absolutely work as an apple tree. We are doing project. I don't know if y'all can see it's reducing itself. There's still it's hard to do it. There's still a lot of fabric that I was gifted and I was blessed with because we are going to be learning a new art is a Japanese art and you need fabric. So I was blessed by someone in my community that I reached out and I said, I need fabric because I'm not a quilter. I love quilts and I'd love to learn how to quilt, but I don't like to sew. Not this girl. And so somebody was kind enough to give me all this wonderful fabric and I washed it. And now we're sitting here ironing it and we're organizing and we're making it all pretty into this nice little pile. Because here's the thing. This is what we want everybody to see, don't we? We don't want everybody to see all that. Let's not show them the mess. And right now, my life is a little messy. Got a lot of things going on, and dealing with some stuff, and my life's a little messy. I want everybody to see it all nice and neat and not messy. That's not life. Mess happens. You're blessed sometime in the mess. People do not realize how little it takes to lift somebody up or give them a light in a hole that maybe they're in. Doesn't take much. I love this. I don't know quite what I could do with this, but I will figure it out. Believe me. So, and then someone else in our community, and you could put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. Someone with our community, we had a wish list of several things we needed to make this project kind of come together, and they took care of us in so many wonderful ways. And so, you know, just blessed, blessed, blessed. I'm going to become a grandmother. We're going to do this project next week on my birthday. That's how we're going to celebrate my birthday. And I can't wait. And I'm going to say that we're going to learn the mistakes. We're going to learn things together. I doubt it'll be perfect when I first do it. But from what I've seen of this, it doesn't really take a lot of skill. If you can tuck, you can do this. And green. Green, green, green grass. I know y'all are thinking, I don't know what she's talking about. Believe me, you'll understand it. And I want to show everybody, listen, there's not a lot to some of these. They're just little scraps. But otherwise would just be going in the round file, right? And we're going to make something beautiful out of them. Just like you are. Y'all are beautiful. And we have a beautiful, beautiful community that I'm grateful for. And again, the way you can help us right now is just start plugging away at our stuff. Goes back to monetization. Really nice. Oh, doggy paws and stuff. See that being used. Some of these are just going to have to find the right project. And there is a place near our house that I want to go to and see what they have for remnants and stuff. But to wait a little bit on budget. It's going to come in a little bit. But I want to see what they do. One of these days, I just want to go there and look around. It's an Amish place. Beautiful place. I'll take y'all to one day. Y'all can see the fabric and see what they have as far as remnants and so forth. So, because that's what you really need is like remnants or, fat quarter packets and stuff like that. It's not like, if you were somebody that had and quilted for, what have you, it's different. But I don't quilt and I love quilting. I love it. And it's not that I could ever learn it. Not that I can, oh wait, let me rephrase this. It's not that I wouldn't, I could learn it, but it's not this girl's thing. It's not saying, oh, I'm jumping for joy to learn. Nope. Because it means being behind the sewing machine. And I'm not somebody that likes to sew. And I've realized that. Nice blue. You could use that for the sky. Just not one that likes it, so we're just not really gonna go there. You know, it's like when when we had the C plus math, right? We did face masks. Christina tie-dyed and we did face masks. And I learned how to sew at least enough to do those. And they were very forgiving. Um, but I did them because I was doing them for a cause. At that time, we were trying to raise money for her service dog and Josh's service dog. So I had a call to do that for that. And I was doing other things that I knew I could do with the thing, but it just wasn't like, oh, I want to sit down and do the, you know, yeah, I want to sit down and absolutely I want to sit down and do the sewing machine. It was never something that was like, yay, let's just sit down and do it. No. I did it because I had to, because I had a cause behind me, but I didn't do it because I wanted to. Let's just put it that way. And I'm going to cut this little piece off because iron did something to it, and it's just never going to cut off. Before I put that on something, I want to. And just so people say, oh my goodness, I would never want to do this art form because that means you have to sit and iron. And no, you don't. You could go out and buy fabric like the stuff I got for the American flag. I'm not going to sit and iron. I'm not going to sit and wash. But if anybody does send me scraps, I will wash them just because we're highly allergic to cats and other things. And for those reasons, I would, but I'm not going to wash fabric I wouldn't bother. So, see some more. We're going to have to find some lemon projects for sure. We got lots. We're making lemon out of lemonade, guys. Absolutely. We got lemons. I'm going to have to find some lemon things for sure. I think you could probably even use that for the sun if you got like that part. You could use it for the sun. It would work. So the first thing we're going to do, the first project we're going to do is a cross. Got several of those I'm going to do. I want to do a lighthouse, that's for sure. What I want to do. But I for the first one, I'm going to do the cross because first of all, it's really simple, it's easy. And I think for our first one, we don't need to dive. I have the project for, may do the flower one. I don't know. We'll see. I should try to find a birthday cake. That may be fun too. We'll see. I'll see. Let's see. We shall see. Where this purple fabric? I have a pretty flower one I could do. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a flower one. It's kind of tulipy one. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe a cross it, maybe a flower. I think we're about. Well, I want to save the American flag because I thought at least the cross one will be easy. It'll be pretty simple the first one out. I don't want it to be complicated the first one out. Just easy, simple one that I could probably do. Okay. This one's going to be a lot. See, that's. Ay, Columbus. Okay. So we're going to have to The only reason I'm cutting this is because when you do this specific art, you can't have it all bunched up like this. And I could sit here and take a seam ripper and do it. I don't want to do that. We're just going to cut it. Just gonna be here for a while on that one. It's okay. Don't, not in a rush. No rushies today. I don't have. Yesterday we had someplace to go. I couldn't stay long, but today I don't have place to go other than to be here with you all and sort through a big pile of blessing mess. My neck gets stiff, guys, so I have to move it around. That's that one. I'm afraid to pull it because it's like literally attached. It's like a whole blanket full of stuff. So let's. I'm gonna start piling this here because it's like it's a little messy. That's okay. We're going through the mess. So I'm just gonna trim it and iron it and be done with it. Because I can use it, it's just, and sometimes we think it's for the purposes, I'm sure when she was creating this, she had a different vision for it. But sometimes in life, the original vision for something has to change because something else has come along that's a better interpretation of it. So sometimes we think, oh, that's what it's going to be used for. And then, no, that wasn't the intention for it. It had something else planned out for it. Hi, Carmen. Welcome on in. We are sorting through fabric scraps full of mess because we are going to be doing a new project. I'm excited to share it with you all. But the supplies, all the supplies will not be in till next week. And my birthday is on next Thursday. So we're going to wait until Thursday. We're going to do the project together. But somebody was gracious enough to hand me a bunch of scraps of yarn in our local neighborhood. And so I'm kind of giving you all a chance to come in and talk with each other and be here for each other. But we're going to do this project next week. I have all the supplies, and so we have all these scraps of fabric that we have to get organized because they're a mess right now until we do. I'm just trying to figure out this whole. I said before, guys, sometimes life throws us curves. And I don't know what she was trying to make out of this piece of fabric. But the intended purpose of this fabric was not what I'm going originally what I was going to use it for. But it's going to be used for something different. And so, I can't use it the way it is, so I have to repurpose it. And I could sit here and unseam rip some of this, but the problem is too, the place where it already has stitches to it, it's going to be it's going to have holes in it, and so you don't want that on our canvas of stuff. Trying to get through all this. So I can't do any ironing until I cut it and repurpose it. And I don't want it to fold the stand over. Trying to find out where it goes to. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's in here. Oh my. I think I finally got it. Possibly. I think we got it. Yay! We unfreed it. Or freed it, I should say. Right? And I'm not worried right now if it gets cut evenly or not. It's really not going to matter. I'm just cutting what I can from it because, I said, I can't use it in the shape it is now. It's got to be, we've got to repurpose it, which is what life is sometimes. We go through things and we repurpose stuff. So I will get off of here a little bit. I am going to go sit and get the recaps up, try to get the ones for next week up too, if not tomorrow. I can tell you that the way I'm doing the recaps now are the channel shout out. If by chance like this morning, I realized I didn't have anybody for a channel shout out. So I was able to just find a channel, go into ChatGPT, tell it to go ahead and create a channel shout out, and it makes it so much easier. So it's making it so if I'm in a pinch and I don't have them, I'm starting to get up and just find a channel and give it And I will tell you that I'm also looking for people that are commenting on our stuff. Because if you're commenting and you have a channel, I'm going through comments and looking who's commenting on things and then giving them channel shout outs. Some are just people I know are supporters. But if I'm finding you're commenting, then and you have a channel, I'm looking for those people too. And I go through, okay, who commented? And then I go through it that way. So just something to pay attention to, because it helps us if when we get done with the stream, you guys can go back and make a comment. And if you have a channel and you haven't had a channel shout out yet, I'll be more than glad to do it. I can see, oh, they made a comment. I need to have Mama do the it's flubberous time. I'm a mess. That's okay. We will go. I literally got scraps. Scraps and scraps and scraps. We're getting to the end of this one. Turquoise can be used as an ocean or water or lake. Absolutely. Another thing I've been watching lately is Perfect Strangers. Boy, that was I mean, I probably know all the episodes by now, but it's hard to find anything on TV anymore that has any kind of good stuff to it anymore. It's like, that was a team made, and it was a good chemistry between those two actors. They said, they could even kind of finish their own sentences, each other's sentences. So they just clicked. Come on. Cut through. Not using any special scissors. I'm just using regular kitchen scissors. We got to finish Elvis too. Guys, it is so hot outside. What's up? Oh, roasty toasty. Very thankful I don't live in I love Florida. I'm thankful for my time in Florida. But, you know, too hot.
Hmm.
Another piece. Yes. Must have been a checkerboard that didn't get whatever she was going to intend to use this for. Didn't get used. That's okay. All right. Well, thank you, Alfonso. Have a good dinner. I'll probably still be cutting fabric when you're done, or at least ironing fabric when you get done with dinner. I'm gonna be here for a while with all this fabric, but it's a blessing. It is a blessing and a half. Almost done with this piece of stuff that we were handed. Just fine. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. But you can't, if you got this from somebody like I did, you could not use. I mean, I guess, but it's between all the stuff that's on it, you wouldn't want that on your canvas, and so you would have to kind of cut it apart like that. And if you wanted to, you could take a seam ripper and seam rip, out all the things. And I'm not going to take the time to do that. This was my only piece, maybe. It's not my only piece. And two, the holes in the fabric that are here may show through your picture, so you probably wouldn't want that in. So it's not that much of a waste. But I looked down at our pad. They're trying to keep it clean down there, but as much as they try to clean it up, the geese come and they mess it up. So it's not an area we can. Hands are cramping. There's a lot within that little bit. Nice blue. Sometimes you really have to take it and really get it to some of them are really kind of wrinkled up, so you have to be patient with them, just like you have to be patient with people sometimes. You know, everybody's different, and sometimes you have to just sit and you have to let people kind of be themselves, learn who they are, and it's not easy. It's not easy to sit there and still when you sit there and do, they still have wrinkles in them. It's okay. Put a little. This one's really. Oof, just gonna do that for a minute, and we'll kind of. This one will take a little time to dry, but it'll flatten itself out. Oops. Can we not back wrinkle it again? That would be nice. I'm just gonna iron will dry it, but it's needed. It needed some water because it was really wrinkled, really creased up. That's a little bit better. I mean, it's still a little wrinkled, but not like it was. That's what it's gonna take. I need to get a little spray bottle of water. It's still kind of. Oh, yeah, okay. It's getting loaded again, guys. It's getting a little too. I'm just taking it and letting it really kind of the heat will dry it in a minute. It'll dry pretty quick. But it's a lot better. It wouldn't have unwrinkled. I'm gonna put it on the fan for a minute. And it should dry. Just had a little. Hi, Amy. Welcome on in. I hope I said your name right. At least I tried. That's all I can do. Thank you. I'll feel beautiful today. Hair's not done, just I'm tired today. Monday, guys, just it wiped me out on Monday. I was really struggling with Monday. Monday was really difficult day. So I'm just kind of trying to recover from that. And then, my mind's kind of on mama and what's going on. And we don't have anything yet because she hasn't gone to the doctor yet. So try not to worry about it. Thank you. That's what my husband says. I knew I met the right guy, right? When we were in the hospital. I'll never forget it. And I just looked at him. I was sick. And he just looked at me and I said to him, I had no makeup on, right? And I was in the hospital. I was just sick as I was sick. And he was sitting in the hospital with me. And I said, I bet I look beautiful, right? He just looked at me and said, you look beautiful all the time. Oh, absolutely. 100%. And I thought, huh, you want to propose now? And he'll still sit there and I'll say to him sometimes, I said, I bet I look beautiful. And he goes, you look beautiful all the time. I knew I had gotten, hi Otto, welcome on in. I knew I had, we're still cleaning up the mess. We're still doing fabric scrap mess, right? I knew I had absolutely found the right guy. And my daughter's is blessed the same way. So she learned, you know, I'm getting a facial, but I've got a fan going over here because it'd be too warm. On the 18th is my birthday. So we will be absolutely doing this project on the 18th. So you guys get to see the start of, I think, what is going to turn into an amazing journey. I don't know where this journey is going to take us or take, this channel. It's still going to be crochet, believe me. It's still going to be guys connecting and crocheting with your crochet hook and everything, but I don't know. I have a real strong drive for this, and I don't know. Now I was watching it and I can kind of understand like people that may want, like, we may be in a position down the road to offer kits and stuff like that of everything because there's cutting involved, and I can tell you that when we were at the store at the Home Depot, I pulled down the sheet of the fabric and Josh just started cringing. It's like, I can't take the noise. So I can just tell that he's not going to be able to be the one to do any of the cuts, the initial patterns, because he can't take the noise. So, need a masseuse while I'm doing this. So, I could see where some people would just get the kits because they can't maybe take the noise. Because somebody in a reel say either they did a reel and they were doing it and they said either you like it or you don't. It's like a love-hate relationship. And we'll see. We'll see. And like I said, if we ever get to the point where we're like ready to send kits out, it's going to be, the fabrics are not going to be, they're not going to be, we're not going to have, like, the fabrics are going to literally be, nobody's going to get the same exact fabric in the kit. And it will have to be just sent out and, you know, and then you create your own. And then I'd probably create a Facebook group because I'd want to see what you created. Kind of like the symbol of saying, you know what, nobody's artwork should be exactly the same because you all should make it different. Black's just showing up on the iron. So all should have it different. Should be exactly the same. Nobody should. Because we are all unique and different and we were all created different. It's one thing as a grandmother that I am going to make sure someone knows. Just more black, white, and turquoise. And so it was a whole thing, and I had to kind of take it apart and literally put it back together. And I would probably say possibly, and I don't know if I'll need to invest in one, like a little mini iron, possibly. Let's see. I haven't seen anybody with this use it, but I could see where it may be something that absolutely may be. And I will be getting I know it's Monday, or Monday is gone, but I will be putting out the, whatever that thing is, the recaps. I can't think today. Finally feeling like myself again. I've been a little bit. So here's the stack. It's all beautiful, isn't it? There's still a mess in front of me, but we're making it beautiful. We're gonna make it beautiful out of stuff that probably would have winded up in the trash. Like I said, I would absolutely tell you get a lint roller, because if you've got, I've noticed with some of this, like it just because it's been sitting around for a while, that it um that once I take the lint roller, it kind of brings it back to life a little bit. So gets everything off that otherwise. I'll have to replace mom. Getting me fill it for because I've used a lot of it. It's just white. Now, some of this white that she gave me is kind of on the thinner side, and I don't know if it's going to be in a position of too thin. It may be too thin. So I may have to, you may have to get some permanent uh, uh, glue, not temporary. You wouldn't want temporary, but permanent spray glue. So that if I wanted to put like two of the whites together, I could. And then that way I could solve my problem. Because otherwise it would be too thin. It's going to show the back. Possibly, it may or may not. I'd have to see it, but just hurt today. Just a hurting day. I'm still showing up. I was in bed last night before I was zonked out before 12 o'clock. I was just exhausted. I'm getting back to a semblance of whatever it is. The black one. See, like there's holes that were made. This specific one that is just, I need to cut them off because I don't want the holes in when I do it. So I'm excited about showing my daughter this. I just look forward when she's like, you have to show me. I'm, well, are you kidding me? You actually want to learn? And then that commercial should come out soon. I'm going to reach out to the gentleman tomorrow. Lucy, thank you for sticking it in. I'm telling you guys are awesome. Thinking I'm sitting here kind of I'm just ironing and babbling on, and you guys are just awesome. You guys are awesome. You know that? You're awesome. Got my glasses fixed today. And there I'm like, welcome to the girl that lost both lenses. Popped out. It's like both lenses decided to go. If let's just go out. So both lenses decided to pop out the other day. I got my glasses fixed. I am so glad that those other glasses kept in because I'm like, I don't know what I'd have done. I'd had to use Dollar Tree glasses. I wouldn't have been able to see a thing. I still may iron some of these a little bit better, but it's fine. It's takes a lot to just iron little scraps. And I feel like I'm not even down to where the pile is. It's like it's so much that I'm like, am I down? Is it am I making headway? Am I doing anything? I know I am, but am I truly really accomplishing anything? Easy. And then I've gotta do a test run of hooking this phone on, sending a request to do like a double live, and then having this camera with my tripod looking down because I have one of those now, and then putting the other one pointed at me with my laptop and the camera. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if putting both of them together is going to be like a bad noise. I don't know if it's going to make that or not. We'll have to see. Shouldn't, but we'll have to see. I mean, if I have that camera, could be on this camera, could be a no sound. Like I could have no sound. Because if I had the other camera hooked directly at me, that's all you would need to hear as you're looking down on how to do it. But we have to do a test run. So I'm probably going to do a test and see whether it's going to work. Because otherwise, you're just going to have to look down on the project and you won't be able to look at me. So it's fine. And when I do that, because kind of how you have to do it, I have to do the project or start off with the camera looking down because it's too hard on that specific thing to get it to go down right. So once I get it set, I leave it. And so it's not like I can look up at me and then I can't move it. So and you'd be better off with my Logitech camera and have this one zoned down to the project because it's a better quality of what it's going to come through. But I have to find out whether it's going to work. So I'm probably going to try to run a test. But first, we have to clean up a mess, put all the fabric, and clean up the table. And then I'll do a test one day. We're almost done with this little part. I had a lot of little blues and a lot of different ones with this one. And I still have a lot of fabric on the tape. Ay, ay, Columbus. Oh. Hey, Brenda, welcome on in. We're just still working on fabric. We're working on this mess. We're going to get it all done. I have nothing else to work on. We are going to get the stuff in by next week. So for my birthday, we're going to do this project. And I'm going to start off with something pretty easy. It's probably going to be a cross image that I have because it's got to be easy because I haven't done it before. But I think once I do it and you guys see, I'm going to get y'all hooked. And we'll take it where it takes us. If people want to, if people ask and say, listen, I'd love to have a kit of that, then we'll go from there. I can tell you if you guys get kits, it's there's not going to be the same fabric in each one of the kits. They're going to be different fabric because I feel like, people don't need to make the same. The stuff that goes with, but I can understand where people would like to have it pre-cut and just have the project and done, and I could see where they want to have it. So I still need help with watch hours, guys. Kind of got a little discouraged today. Scrow's Nest is kind of going through the same thing, and he was saying that he talked to YouTube and that he has enough for the partial but not the full, and they said once you've already been monetized, you can't get full. You have to wait till you get the full 4,000. So it's like gravy. Oh, I appreciate it. If you can watch stuff you haven't watched before, that's what we got to do is watch stuff. I did watch, or I did look today, and I probably should upload it, but they said we have uploaded over 2,000 worth of stuff between shorts and lives and videos, over 2,000. I think from what I can understand, the person can watch something up to 7 times before they'll not monetize it, but I can't promise that that's accurate. But it's like I'm not going to promise that I'm hearing that as a total accurate statement either, but it's like I was just looking, well, if we could get to the 3,000, but they said no. Once you've been monetized, um, once you get monetized, you have to. But if people can go back to like the very beginning, some of the very beginning stuff, go watch, or if they have, if they have another account, they can go watch it underneath if they haven't watched it before. That would be helpful too, because then they'll be considered watch hours. I'm not trying to beg for watch hours, just want to get remonetized again. Hardly for Mama. I do it for Mama. I just get on here for a connection, but I do all that other stuff for Mama. And I do it for you guys too, because you're a lot of you are are not only friends, but your family. Thank goodness Mother had this knit, or I don't know what I'd do without it, frankly. So, another black. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to replace this paper, or go get it. Go get a lint roll if I can just put under water and it's good to go, right? Used it so much. I don't know what I'd have done without it, frankly. We're getting down to this, so we can move on to other stuff. It was just a big section of like stuff I had to cut because it was all kind of hooked together. Other black. The black would be good. So, but so Brenda, how's your day been today? My day's been pretty good. Just, just trying to kind of get back to feeling normal. Monday was a lot. My neck, it's so sore. Need a masseuse. Telling you, I wish the insurance would cover a massage because I could use it. My neck gets really sore. He's so nice. I would absolutely go for it too. 100%. I think they should because for patients like me, an actual massage would be really helpful. It would actually help a lot. A lot. All right, finally done with that section. Oh. I do have a little thing that I can put on the back of my thing, especially if I've been kind of having my neck down or something like that. And I can be able to like so forth. Let's get to the next one, right? I can pull this out. Stretch in my neck. And some stretching exercises are trying to, right? And this has got string to it, so I'm trying to figure out where this is. Can I get it out? Oh, yes. It'll be pretty. It's got purple, so if you were doing like flowers or something, absolutely work. Butterflies on it. Reminds me Echo. Water in a minute. got a plug that can put the laptop in. This is going to die. To choose it, see if the fan's gonna still run. Oh, it's still gonna run. Good. So the laptop needs juice. Yeah, put more water in. Oops. I 100% agree with you, girl. Way too hot. One 100%. I went to cooler weather. My mother loves this weather, and I'm like, yeah, I like the cool stuff. I did juice some watermelon the other day. I got about 16 cups of juice on it. I gotta put the video together, the short together. And I had a watermelon popsicle. So it was so good. It was so refreshing. It's delicious. So I've been making soap caddies because we have that event on the 16th I have to be ready for, and I want to get some ones down to the Amish country, but that can't help till next month. Some ones that have to be mailed out. Some people I want to get them in their, in front of them. So well, I've had to because Monday was hard. Monday between knowing what I knew about what was kind of going on with mom and just some other stuff. Monday was a hard day. So, thank you. So, and this has somewhat been discouraging too. Just I don't think, and not that I ever took being monetized for granted. I didn't. I didn't because I knew the work that we did to put into it, but I'm going to treat it very different when we get remonetized. It's going to be a very different. Like I said, not that I'm ever going to take it. I didn't take it for granted the first time. I'm not going to take it for granted the second time, but I'm going to be much more careful. Yep. There's a lot of it. I don't think we've scratched the surface yet. It's like, I look at all this fabric and I think, this lady that gave me all this fabric, she may have said, this may have winded up in the round file. Just there was, I mean, it's like I use when I do my soap caddies, I use all that I can. I mean, if I've got ones wool or skeins of yarn that are not enough to be able to do a soap caddy with, it gets used for the I can't think what they are, the tires for them. But there's times I've had to throw away, a little bit of, the yarn because it was like it wasn't enough. There was just wasn't enough to make a tire. Tires have a certain amount of stitches and only it didn't get as far. So, and I'm thinking this probably would have made it into trash because, there was stuff you couldn't really use for much, but I can make it into something pretty. So that one will be pretty for sure. Butterflies on it. So it's going to be fabric that it's going to have a new lease on life because somebody took the time to, kind of, you know, do it. And so, you know, sometimes we we kind of, for one reason or another, you know. Mhm, I've saved it. And I think you all are going to be, when you see this and really see how easy, I think I'm going to get a lot of people. Hi, Sandy. That is just, it's going to be really pretty. That are going to go, oh, believe me. I'm still working to, yeah, it is. Like that. And just like kind of needs to dry for a minute. It's kind of a little wet. So I'll put that side over. There's more of this purple fabric. Nice space down there. Put this over here because it's got a little wet, little bit of enough of a wet area that I don't want to. And then what I'll do is I will organize this by color, So 18th, my birthday. We're going to join here, and you guys are going to see why I'm so excited. And, it'll take a while to use the fabric she's given me. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to use it. This could be used as an ocean. Got several of those actually. This can, I have a lot of some of this, and that can be used as a leaf or a pot. It would be pretty too as a pot. I don't want to scare everybody off. Oh my goodness gracious, I gotta iron all my fabric before I do it. No, if you've gotten it from somebody and it's it's been all curled up, then yes, you would want to iron it and wash it before you use it. And you will want a lint roller. I can tell you, you will want a lint roller. Because, like, let's look at this for an example. You see, now it's kind of a little dingy, and there's nothing wrong with that. All a little dingy, right? You'll see what I mean when I show it to you in a second. I'm gonna get the back of it. It's like, have you ever seen those rugs that they like bring to life? It's like, oh my goodness gracious, they dump all these chemicals on. Do you not see the difference? It looks like a whole different piece of fabric because it's just gotten all the kind of stuff taken off the work. You ever seen the people and they take the rugs and they dump all the chemicals on them in order to like bring them back to life, and make them new again? And you watch them. I love watching that. I like this one. We have some of this. So I mean that in itself, where you've kind of like you've it's soaked and washed, and this rug that somebody would have just thrown away. And I don't know if you've ever seen the guy. I watch him as Richie Sales Official is what his name is, and he likes to do a lot of those reaction ones, especially with the rugs. And it's fun to watch them kind of take these rugs and that are just they're muddy, they're filthy. You can't even see the pattern to these rugs, right? And then they put dump chemicals on them and they wash them over and over and over again. And then I don't they come up next time I see one, I'll send one to you, you know. And then before you know it, they've washed them and they come back to life. It's pretty amazing to watch. Oh. I ever need clouds, this is the one I'm using for the clouds. It's the white with the swirlies on it. It's like I got a lot of that. Now with some of these, I'm not sure if we're going to need to, I'm gonna need to get that like fabric spray that's permanent. So I could put like a white piece underneath it. I may have to do it with some of these. Um, because it'll have to see if it's going to show through the fabric. So anyway, we'll have to see. We're still in, believe me. Ooh, there's still a ton. And I better find a lemon pattern because I have lemons. There was some like I said, I'm in a zone for a minute. Like realizing, oh, I'm just in this zone. I'm taking it and having to, it's really scrunched up. Oh boy. I'm telling you. One thing I can tell you all that I am noticing, not so much in pain yet, but if I don't have, ouch, so hot. If I don't have my juice, I don't sleep as well at night. That's the one big difference. I'm like, wait a minute. I sleep so much sounder having some kind of juice during the day. Today, all I had, and I think that's probably all I'm going to have today because I'm still working on just getting a little bit in every day. I'm starting to build up my tolerance for it. I know the tolerance, but I was like, oh, this is good stuff. Um, is I had a watermelon. I did a watermelon the other day. I got 16 cups of watermelon juice. Josh can't touch any of this. And I took that and I put it in ice cube trays because I can't eat 16 or drink 16 as a watermelon. But I also put them in popsicle molds that I got. And then today before I went live, I sat down a watermelon popsicle. Delicious. It was so good. And I juiced the rind and all. I used every part of that watermelon. And I am still freezing watermelon. I've got one more tray to do. So one more tray of, or one more thing of watermelon to freeze. I got 3 bags, quart-sized bags of watermelon ice cubes. I love being able to freeze it because then when I want to have juice, I just go to the freezer and go, okay, what do you want? I see this watermelon, so good. And what do I want to make? Now I gotta get him. Now he's done with the antibiotics and he's feeling better. I gotta get him on the juicing train. He had to have a break because of the antibiotics. Were tough on his stomach and he couldn't handle both. But I said to him, "You're getting on the train." Because I'm like, when I don't have my juice, I'm actually much more awake in the middle of the night than I do. I've had some kind of juice, I sleep better at night. I don't know what it is. Uh, yeah. The other thing is I've been watching as I'm trying to get some more soap caddies done for that thing on the 3rd. Because I've been watching Perfect Strangers again. Like, you can't find anything to watch on television anymore that's halfway decent. Really, you can't. They don't make shows like that anymore, I swear. That's not pretty. That's it. That's uncurled. It was all curled up. All curled. I mean, still guys. We're gonna be here for a little bit. I don't think I can do it all tonight. Tell you that right now. My neck's gonna get too sore. We've made a dent. I should say, we've made another dent in it. There's more of this purple. Made another dent, but I don't think we're not at nearly gonna be here. But it's okay. We're preparing for the project, which is next week. Because everything should be in by the 17th, I was told. I called Amazon because and listen, Amazon, let's just tell you. If somebody orders something on the wish list, you should be able to tell them when, and especially if it's going to a PO box, when they're going to receive it. So I had to call Amazon. Amazon had to transfer me to some other department that tells you that kind of stuff because you can't see it. Don't understand it. Sorry, don't understand it. Wonder what she made this with. Interesting fabric. I've seen more of it coming out, but I love the sparkles on it. I love the sparkle on it. You know me, sparkle girl. So I thought, well, what better time? We'll do the project for my birthday. Right? That will work. Of course, by the time we get to this project, I may need a better lint roller. I go through all mama's stuff before we're gonna get to it. Go get her some more stuff. I've gone through about 3 papers of it so far. Oh. Oh. Sorry, guys. Sure you heard that, but that was much needed. That hurt. I could use all those colors in a blue for ocean, something for the other. That would be pretty. Or a couple things. Right. So we're probably going to stay on for another, say maybe another 20 minutes, if that. My neck's just getting really sore. I've been at it for 2 hours. We're going to have to find some pictures with lemons in it. Got a lot of lemon fabric, which is fine. But we're making lemon out of lemonade, but we're going to have to find some stuff that will work with lemons. And I'm going to get, when I get off of here, I'm going to go get myself a showers. And then I'm going to, I think I've got the recaps. You know, that other day, that other week, last week, and I thought, I gotta sit and do the recaps. Not that I'm upset to do them. It was just, I was overwhelmed. And so I was like, I have to sit and do the recaps. You know, I had them already done in Canva. I just needed to download them, put them to music. I was like, you daffy girl. So I think I have the one for Blessing Through Connection, or Blessed to Crochet Done. I just have to sit and do the one for Blessing Through Connection real quick. I was like, you already had them done. All you do is go look. So I apologize. I try to get them out on Monday, and I got to do a better job at that. Just, but I really am thankful I kind of changed the way the recaps are done, or not the recaps, the shout outs are done, because, like I said this morning, I just looked for a channel, and if you guys comment, it'll be maybe something that, you know, if I go look and look, I went in the comments and go, hey, what channel can I give a shout out to? And it was somebody that commented that got it. And I thought, you know, so I was just like, because then I just sit and I can do them through ChatGPT real quick and say, create me one and put them up. So if I'm like, I don't have one and I need to do one, I'm not having to really get my laptop out. It's hot. Get my laptop out, do it, and do it. I can just do it from my phone, which one thing that makes it really easy. Makes it nice. The recaps still have to be done more or less on the laptop or on I mean they can be done on the phone, but they're a little harder. This one's a lot of lemons. This was designed in Hudson, Ohio. It's on the very bottom. It's locally done. this paper off. There's no stick left on it. I'm gonna go get Mother more paper and go through her little thing before it. This one's a big. This one was a long one. I'll have to find. Yes, but I'm gonna have to find some kind of design with lemons in it. It's a big chunk of fabric too. I like, and there's like a gold running through it too. So I've got a lot in that fabric, so we'll have to find lemon usage somehow. Trying not to pull off the stand that's attached. I'm gonna have to sit with this and go over it a little bit because there's like I've got it's really like knotted. Some of it's like really, really knotted. You know, it's kind of like I'm not going to be able to grab it because I'm going to pull over the stand once I pull you all over. I think we are. Oh, look at that blue ocean. I know exactly where I'm going to use this one. The lighthouse I want to do for the ocean. I don't know if I have enough of it, but I agree. See, I'm sitting here already looking at each one of these fabrics, except for the lemon, but I'll figure out something for them. And I'm already picturing stuff. Like the lemons could be a pot, you know? If there was a pot, we could take the lemons and with flowers and be able to make it a lemon pot or something like that, or a vase, or something like that. I don't think I've done this much ironing in a very, very long time. It's not my thing. My mother has always been like, "Oh, your clothes will get wrinkled." And I go, "Oh, well, they'll unwrinkle themselves once I wear them." I'm not a girl that irons much. I don't think I've done this much ironing in a very, very, very long time. It's really pretty. I think some of these that are still kind of wrinkled, now that they've kind of been undone, will unwrinkle themselves naturally. More of this fabric. Oops. I like that. Or this nice purple. That nice purple that I think we're making. I think we're making headway. You understand? I think. And the one thing about this one, so if you look at it, I didn't realize it till I just did it now. When you're going to do what we're going to do, you know what I'll see? You could use the front, but you could also use the back. In this specific pattern, you could use the back of the fabric because it has a whole different feel to it, but you could use both sides. Absolutely, 100%. Trying to see if I can. And like this one that we just did, you could necessarily do that. You'd have to use one side, but that one, I think you could probably use both sides. Yeah. So there may be some pieces of fabric that when you're doing, you may be, I think it would be, there wouldn't be a lot of it, but that specific one, you could probably use both sides. This is a whole different look. This one, you can just, you know, you just have the one side. That one specifically, you could use, I think you could use both sides of it. I think we'll have probably one more day worth of fabric undoing. There's some more of this. This is definitely going to be used for that lighthouse. But see, like this, I don't think it matters which side you use. You have one, but either side. There's this one's going to be one of them that you're going to use either side. But this one, you can literally use either side. You know? I feel like this is just black. Just black. Solids are, oh, I forgot to fluff and nut it. Make sure there's no fluff on it. Didn't look like there was much. Trying to figure out if I'm never gonna see the light of day. I know I will. It's just there's a lot. And I'm so grateful. I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining, guys. I am so blessed beyond measure. Whoops. Kind of got it's getting really sore. I'm gonna get up for a second. Oh Lord have mercy. Oh, oh. Give me to stand up for just a second, see where we're at. And try to pull some ones that, let's see. That one has to be, it's different kind of lemons. We're gonna have, problem is there's a big like knot in some of these. They're like the tangle out of some of them. We're getting through, believe me. May not look like we're getting through, but we are getting through. And I'm pulling out just a bunch, and then when I get done with those, we'll probably have one more day of stuff because I'm getting sore, but at least we're kind of, I think we're at the home stretch. Like instead of it being a huge pile, it's just like getting down to one pile, if that makes any sense. I'm just pulling out some like ones I can pull out real quick. So at least it makes me feel like I'm, because for a while there it was like I'm not even progressing, and then it's not going down. It's just an ever ending pile of. So we have, oh, there's a heart. That should be fun. Okay, so whatever I have in my hand, and there's now just like a pile of, we're gonna finish and then I'm gonna stop because then we'll have this to do tomorrow. And then we can, and then hopefully, hoping they will clean up the duck situation so we can go out and sit by the pond. All right, there's still a huge pile, but it's like half the size. I don't know if you, I'll show it to you all in a minute so you can see what I'm talking about. You all saw what we had. So now I gotta sit down and then I can turn the camera so you can see what we have left. So I think one more day. So we had, listen, getting sore. We had this whole table covered. Now we just have this pile. That's it. So this whole table was covered. Now it's just this. So I'm going to finish this tonight and then we're going to call it quits because I'm getting sore. But still, that's a lot. And I'm probably going to sit with some of them because they're, look at that. It'll be pretty. Some of them have got to, they're all tangled that I've got to actually sit and get them untangled. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. It's just one more day. So it took 3 days. It'll take 3 days to undo a mess that was that a mess of fabric that was a blessing. And sometimes we don't take the time to sort through it all. Sometimes it's really yucky. Sometimes it's really painful. Sometimes it's not fun. But if we can sit through it all, we can find blessings in the midst of mess. It's really pretty, right? Guys, our lives are never like this. I don't know about you, but my life is not neat like this. A lot of our lives are messy. That's why we have a community of people. That's why we built this channel. Because I know what it's like to be by yourself. And your life is a mess. You're going through it. And there's nobody. You can call and say, hey, I just got to talk. I was in the store the other day, and this lady sat there with me, or she was there. And I said to her, oh, excuse me, because I was really sore. I couldn't, my back was giving out, the car, getting an oil change. I couldn't stand very long. And so we were waiting on the car, and this cart that I ended up getting was going so slowly. And this lady was standing there waiting for me to go past, and I thought, oh, she's probably really irritated because I'm taking so long. But this cart's just not moving very fast. And I said to her, oh, ma'am, I'm very sorry I'm taking so long. This cart's just on extra slow today, which I told the people at Walmart they needed to have looked at because um, I sat there and I said, my grandmother and 90 something years old could have moved faster than this thing did. And you know what she said to me? I thought she's going to be really irritated. She didn't. She looked at me and said, ma'am, guess what? My husband is sitting with the kids. I am just in heaven right now. I've been there, done that. I used to go to the store for 2 hours and go, this is heaven as a mom. My daughter's going to learn that eventually. You go to the store, and I used to say, you're going to go to the store one day and you're going to think, this is just heaven. That was just white. And you're going to think, now I know what my mom's talking about. I know exactly what she's talking about now, right? Yeah, bumblebees. Find something with bumblebees in it too. Now with some of this, I'm just going to cut that off. Let's see where go. There's a huge line down there where she's sewn something on, and unfortunately, I can't use the side. I'm not going to try to unseam rip it. And then the problem lies is it's going to have the holes in it. So, because you don't want the holes on your picture, yeah, I'm just cutting it. I'm not making it straight. It's awful jagged. I really don't care. I just need to cut that piece off because I really can't use that piece. And I'm just going to let it go. First of all, I don't have the patience. And second of all, it's not gonna work. So better off just I don't know what temperature it is. We're supposed to get rain from what I can understand. But this is Ohio. We don't know the weather. We never know the weather. No, never know the weather. Find out what our weather is. More lemons. So it's 81 degrees. Too hot. Not for my mother, but for us, it's too hot. I've woken up twice in the middle of the night having to come through and get an ice pack put on the back of my neck because I'm roasting. I also know it's the season of life I'm in, but come on. Oops. Really. Too hot. Sorry, guys. More lemons. I don't quite know what I would use this for. Or this purple fabric. The purple fabric is so pretty. I really like the purple one. It's this one, I'm not quite sure how I'd use it. Unless I was looking for a part of it that was like a stem with the dogs, like a brush. Almost look like a black and white. If I needed a paw print someplace. This one definitely for like grass or trees. We have probably one more good stream of, and I'll schedule it when I get off here for tomorrow. Probably about same time I did today. I think, some of these like solid ones will be great too. And only thing I do need to get is some felt because I want to put some of these I would put in frames, possibly like shadow box frames. I will say that I have done cross stitch over my lifetime, and I've done cross stitch for years, and I have to do one for somebody on its way and one for my niece nephews. I've just never. I have one almost done. I just need to finish. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Um, the the one thing that I will say is I would probably be more adept after my experience with cross stitch to put these in frames, in shadow box frames. And the reason I'm going to say that to you all is this. I was told, I remember my mom saying to me, well, I used to keep them out. I didn't frame them because they can damage the picture. Oh my goodness, what it is now. The cross stitch. I've got one actually hanging over there. I have one over there someplace. And I would say yes and no. Because we have one that I did back in, that one's hanging there is years old. And it has been framed, it has been behind a frame, and it still looks as good as the day I did it. They are washed in vinegar. You put them in vinegar water and you do them, and then you put stuff on the back in order to protect it from the stitches from coming out. But it still looks as good as the day I did. I made it. And partly the reason it is because it's framed. Why? Because the air is not getting to the fabric, it's not oxidizing it. And the thing with that is, by doing that, you are protecting it. So I would be more of a person that would absolutely 100% put these in shadow box frames, because you are then protecting the fabric and you are keeping it looking as good as the day and protecting it from the air. And my mother did a beautiful neat cross stitch one that had A through Z. She did not frame it, and she had to actually throw it out. And so the cross stitches that I have done have most of them have been framed, and they have kept their stuff because they've been behind glass and framed. So I'd say, yes, you wouldn't have to put these in shadow boxes, but I would say they probably would hold up better in a shadow box form behind glass, because hey Wolf, welcome on in. Because you're then protecting it from the air. So I I've seen people not. I would probably say that's probably the way I would do it. I'm gonna see, but that's probably where I'm gonna lean on fixing it, is putting it behind um some kind of shadow box, and that would not have to be framed. You could do it yourself, but that's probably what I would do. Just a little. We are doing this because we're getting ready for a project. I've got a lot of this. This would be great for a sunset. Getting ready because I found a beautiful art that I want to share with you all. I'm not going to tell you everything yet. My birthday, you will see it. I've got it up. I've got the live schedule at 7 o'clock for my birthday. To celebrate my birthday, do the project. But I'm real excited to actually show you this and kind of take this on. I don't know. I've been so blessed with most of the supplies I needed for this that I just kind of feel like, I don't know, Lord just kind of said, okay, I don't know where this is going to take us all. I mean, it may take me to putting kits together for everybody that wants them, but we shall see. But I think that a lot of people could do them, even Christina, who's not somebody that likes crafts, is interested in learning. People within our church are like, we want to learn how to do it. So something's going on about it, right? God's got a plan somehow. That'll be pretty for sure. So we're finishing this up. Someone in our neighborhood I put out there that I needed fabric, and somebody messaged me and said, I have a whole thing for you. And so I stopped by her house and picked it up. So this is one. Oh, I'm sorry. This is one. This is second stream of of going through all of these beautiful fabrics and going through the blessing that was given to me and taking you along with me, because that's what life is. We're messy. Things happen, but there's blessings in the midst of the mess. So if you, and just so people know, for this project, if you were, I have, I got, we're going to do an American flag too. And I got the fabric for that. If you have fabric that you've gotten at the store and so forth, or you've gotten you've ordered or something, you don't need to do this step. Um, I had to do this step because the fabric was given to me, and because Mama is highly allergic to cats, so am I, and so forth. And I was unsure if she had them or not. Um, and yeah, just because. And if you all have fabric and you want to send it, we would probably still wash it. But I'm not going to wash fabric that comes from a store. Um, just to make sure I don't have a reaction or Josh doesn't have a reaction. I don't need that. So it was just a precautionary measure. Um, just to make sure. And so this step wouldn't have needed to be done, but you know what? It's kind of like when we got Christina raising money for her service dog. Somebody dropped off coins to her house and we got them. And Josh says, "Oh, we'll take them to the local place and just run them through the coin machine." I said, "Nope, somebody dropped that off for us. And every penny is going to her dog." And we counted every penny. And that's what we're doing. We are going through all the blessings and we're doing it together because life is messy. Sometimes we have to go through the mess and we're going to do it together. And I don't quite know what this was, but I can see parts of using it. The blue can be used. Interesting fabric. That red could be used. And then, of course, too, it tells you all that if you're like, well, I love this project, I want to do it, but I'm not a quilter, reach out to your community tabs. There's the neighborhood app. Reach out and say, hey, I'm a, I'm I'm doing a project. Does anybody have any scraps? Because quilters may have scraps that are going to wind up into the round file. And you can just, you can use them. When otherwise they're like, I don't see I can't use this for anything, but you could use them for this. So we're going to finish this little pile in front of me, and then I'm going to stop for tonight. Probably will have one more section before, and then we'll just have to be patient and wait. It's just not this girl's strong suit, I'll tell you that. I'm a patient person, but when I'm excited about something, forget it. And then I'm going to go have a shower, have my tea. Mom made tea right before I went live, and she's like, "Are you going to?" And I said, "No, it's going to be after." After, which is fine. I started a soap body. I need to get back to finishing that one. We have several others. And then what I'm going to do is once I get them all done, this one, I'm going to go through it all and organize it so I have all of the things together, like all of the patterns together. So that I've got all the lemon stuff together. And then that way, when I'm trying to look through it, I won't, be trying to go through this whole stack. But there's no sense to do that till I get this part of it. Might as well just pile it all together. And then I will organize it. But then I want to put it in a special place with her name on it so that I know that that if I make something with this on it, I can send it to her. And I'm planning to make her one of it, something, but that way I can send it to her and show it to her. Your fabric's in here. Inside that one I have a lot of. It's a nice one. Pretty easy to iron. But I've got to sit with some of these because they are so tongue-tied that you can't. The pink, solid pink. More lemons. She must like lemons. Getting a theme here, lemons. Oh, you could use that for this for us the sun. Now, if you were doing the sun, you could use it as the lemons, possibly. Even flowers. You were doing the flower, you can use it top of the flower or something. Teeniest, tiniest little piece of fabric. I'm sure would go in the round file. We're gonna use it for something. Maybe teeny tiny, but it might be. And I think that there's a lady, if I can find it. Oh, I have to do that now. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. There's a lady, and I've told you about her, and she says, "Good morning, turkeys." I'm gonna have to find a pattern with a turkey and send her one of these with the turkey. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to send it to her. That's just gonna have to happen. So just a little pink. More bees. More bees. We'll have to find something with bees. We'll have to find a turkey. These bees can't hurt you, right? Yeah, can't hurt you. Bees. Or clouds. See, it's just as clouds, more of this white. I'm sure you can use it for other things too. Like the caps of the waves. If you were doing something with waves in it. There's only a couple more. Been on here for a long time today. And tomorrow will be another day, almost 3 hours. Whew. Come on. Thank mom for her. And this is just white. Let me go through all of mother's poor paper for her. To put the heat pad on my neck tonight. Milka finds her hair someplace. Whoops. Everywhere. Look at that. Oh. Oh. More of this. I can see apple trees. Apple trees. So we have how many more pieces of fabric? Because my neck's getting very sore. Very, very sore. Not too much more left. More of this purple fabric. cut this edge because you can't really get a. First of all, I can't get a good. It doesn't want to lay right with that, and I can't use that side anyway. I haven't cut all of them, but that one needed to be cut. Couple mores before I can call it tonight. More lemons. More lemons. We're making lemons out of lemonade, guys. Kind of like it that this one was designed in Ohio, the specific lemon pattern. It's kind of fitting. More lemons. Make sure you like lemons. I think I've used up all the water, but I'm not refilling the water at this point. It's working enough. Fill the water, and then I'll be tempted to. Oh, Mocha, what is it? See how vicious she sounds? See how vicious she sounds? So vicious. She's scared of a fly. I think her friend walked by that gives her the WAL. She was laying there, didn't hear a word. Now, when I was little, there was a story, and it was about this dog that was all grumpy, barked at the window. And I said to my mother, "You know who Mocha reminds me of? That dog in that book." Really, Mocha? You're going to tell us all about it? Oh, really? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're going to talk to us now? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I did. Really? If a fly came along, I know she'd be run and hide under the bed. What was that all about? Huh? I don't want you to get hit by the iron. I'd put you up here. You'd probably knock that down and push you. Really? Go tell us all about it. I don't want to put her up here, guys, because I got the iron. And if she tips it the wrong way, I don't want her to get hurt. So I'm not putting her up here for that reason. Or I put her up. I've done it before, but not with an iron where she may get up here and then get hurt. No, not doing it. Oops. Or that weight. Or the weight. Got a couple more, and then I'm gonna stop for tonight because I'm getting really sore. Next, get a little stiff. Been here for a while. doing more ironing than I've done in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to do it because I was blessed with it. I think we may even get Mother to try this craft. Who knows?
Your time, we can start writing.
Yeah. No, I'm not ironing sheets.
Some people iron the underwear.
No, I'm not ironing. No.
I mean, everything was so wrinkled.
My grandmother during the winter or during the summer, I may actually just check. She used to that time she wore girdles. And she used to put girdles and undergarments in the freezer. And then they were cold for a little bit when they came out.
So we didn't have air conditioning.
Yep.
So when she was going to work, she tried to help she put it in the freezer or the refrigerator. But she had it in there.
More lemons.
So it was hot.
And this one's black. I'd have been here still trying to pluck off stuff if Mom hadn't given me this thing. But I have to get more. Where's black? And this one is this mess. So we're gonna have to cut it because I can't. It's not gonna work. So. This is the last piece to make. Yeah. Call it quits because I'm getting a little sore. Just a little bit, especially my neck. Oh. Then tomorrow we will be back with more of Messy Part 3. But I think tomorrow we should finish it. I am going to sit though and try to get some of this work, some of it off camera to get it a little just easier to pluck out because it's so tangled that it's almost impossible to get it to see it. This has got it. This is the last one for tonight. So 3 nights. We got this whole mess of blessings sorted. But then, like I said, what I have coming. What I have coming, I'm not gonna need to do this. It just need to be done with what I got. Blue. So we got a lot accomplished and our pile certainly grew. So now we got this much, all neat and nice, and we got a pile still a mess. but we're going to take care of it, right? We're going to do it together as a community. So join me tomorrow. I will be at my last section before, oh, gosh, my neck. Thank you for all that hung with me as I sat and ironed fabric scraps. I just chit chatted. I appreciate it. Again, any help with the watch hours would be greatly appreciated. I haven't posted any updates because we went from 2154 to 2152 to 2134 to 2132 in just the past 4 or 5 days. And it just was discouraging that I didn't want to discourage you all. So anyone that can watch it, if you have another channel that you can watch stuff on, you haven't watched, we have uploaded over 2,000 between shorts and videos and lives. Now, shorts don't count. And from what I can understand, I was hoping to get to at least the 3,000 mark and be okay when we get back to partial monetization. Don't work like that. Once you are monetized, you have to go to the 4,000. You don't have that other tier. So getting to the 3,000 mark isn't even an option. We have to get back to the 4,000 mark in order to, from what I can understand, in order to get remonetized. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it as a community, and we're going to get through it. I promise each and every one of you. So be on the lookout. Probably in the next couple days, I will upload an update of where we were with the vegetables as far as getting that updated. And I'm going to go hopefully tonight and go do the recaps real quick. If I'm not up to it, I will wait and do it tomorrow morning. But I will get those back on track. I promise you all. So I love you all. Thank you so much for everybody that is supporting us. You guys are awesome and we love you. So remember, be proud of being you because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We got you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And see you tomorrow when we still finish this mess full of blessings. And may you be blessed today. You certainly bless us. Love y'all. Have a great night. See you.